Take 422. Tim and Jess here this week. We want to thank everyone for your votes.
We actually started filming this last week.
and kind words of support. For this week's video post, we decided to do a little research to see if there were eco-friendly things that we were already doing. Like the Clay Hill Farm giveaway implies, everyone has their own shade of green, and you're probably doing many things already. So the first thing that we do is we turn the water off when we brush our teeth. 6 gallons of water are used if you leave the water running. So by turning off the water between when you wet your toothbrush to the final rinse, you could save 4 to 5 gallons of water each brushing session. Over the course of 1 year, our household saves over 7,000 gallons of water.
The other thing that we try to do is we try to wash our clothes in cold water whenever possible. This is by far one of the simplest ways to save energy, as all you have to do is push a knob or push a button. Turn a knob or push a button. Washing clothes in cold water versus hot water uses 85% less energy. You'll spend $265 on average if you wash and rinse in hot water a year versus only $16 a year if you wash in cold and rinse cold. The only way you would have to ever use hot water is if you're like me and sometimes I spill spaghetti sauce on everything.
Whenever we can, we take clothes out of the washing machine and hang them on an indoor clothesline that we have in our basement. And this helps to save on the electricity that would be necessary to create the heat that dries the clothes.
The next thing we try to do is drink tap water whenever possible. We also make our own seltzer water. This is one of the easiest things to do. It's very, very simple. Again, you just turn the knob on your faucet, and you're saving a lot of plastic, and you're also conserving water. Instead of buying bottled water, we simply drink tap water or use refillable metal bottles. Also, we found an appliance that lets us make our own seltzer water.
Called the Soda Stream.
Soda Stream. Plus, if you add a little fruit juice to the seltzer, it's a nice change from soda.
The next thing that we do is to exercise outside whenever possible. And it might sound silly, but turning on the treadmill or the elliptical uses electricity. And we've found that because we've been having a mild winter here in New England, that's been possible quite a bit more than in the past. So, fresh air is free. It's nice to get outside when you can. And if you're headed inside to do exercise, if it's too cold or too snowy out, stick to non-electrical sucking machines like spin bikes or the swimming pool and good old-fashioned weightlifting.
I pick things up and put them down. Paperless bills. It's another way that we have gone, as green as possible in that regard. And it also helps your blood pressure. There's nothing more annoying than going to the mailbox or your P.O. box and opening it up and seeing that there's a stack of bills there. Well, now there's no stack of bills. You still have to pay them, but thankfully you don't have to look at them anymore.
The next thing is that we ascribe to the Meatless Monday campaign. So meat production is very carbon intensive, and producing 1 pound of meat takes 5,000 gallons of water and 4.5% more greenhouse gases produced from animal farming than all of transportation worldwide. So that's quite a bit. And in comparison, it only takes 25 gallons of water to produce 1 pound of wheat. So by reducing meat consumption in your diet by 20% or about 1 to 2 meals per week, you can reduce your risk of chronic disease and you can help save the environment. And that is equivalent to switching from a standard sedan car to an ultra-efficient vehicle.
The other one that we use, and this is one of my favorites, is using a Kindle or a Bookshare. This one has 2 slight drawbacks. Unlike paper books, e-readers will be charged for your use of electricity. As much as I love my Kindle, as much as I love to read, there's some danger in having an unlimited number of books accessible at your fingertips. With no physical money changing hands, sometimes it's very easy to just buy 10 books in an evening. So your Kindle bill can be very, very, very high. So you have to be careful about that. But if you can control your purchasing impulses, this is a very good technologically advanced way to be green.
The other thing you could do is many local libraries will now allow you to rent out books on your e-reader. So that's another way to save money and to be green. Another thing that we do is we live close to our downtown, so when we need to go to the post office or the pharmacy, market, ATM, our favorite local restaurant, or the farmer's market, we walk. And I'd venture a guess to say that we save about 100 driving miles every year and the gas that goes with it.
The last one is, if you have access to it or if you have it in your home, luckily we do, is to use a programmable thermostat. This one bugs me sometimes. I don't really enjoy being cold. Luckily, I have a pretty large collection of sweaters and sweatshirts that are very nice and warm, and I can just go put one of those on instead of kicking up the thermostat a little bit. At the same time, while it can be a little bit annoying, it's worth it at the end of the month. when you see how much money you save and how much oil you save by just being, having temperature in your house slightly lower than you normally would choose to. Not to mention you save oil and natural resources.
So thanks for watching this week, and have a great week.
Stay green.